Hey guys, Connie from the Painted Photographer here. For this video, it's going to be a little bit different. I was inspired by Kristen from Simple Joys by Kristen. Simple Joys by Kristen. I'll put her link in the comments. She inspired me to do an ATC challenge. So what an ATC is called Artist Trading Cards. So you take a deck of cards, and what you're supposed to do is one card every day, one card every whatever you want to do. I am choosing, there's 52 cards in a deck. There's 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to do one card every week. So on Tuesdays, hopefully it'll be Tuesdays, I will do my one card. So I started out with my first one on this last Tuesday. I didn't get my video uploaded. I didn't know what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, if I wanted to do a video or just show the picture of it. But I recorded when I was doing it, so I'm like, why not? Maybe you guys want to see that. So here it is, the ATC card. So it's Artist Trading Cards, and hopefully I get better. This is my first one, guys, so be nice. I'll see you at the end. We're going to take a brand new deck of cards. It was brand new. Took the plastic off and everything, and I'm going to just shuffle them up. I don't know why. Wouldn't matter if they weren't shuffled up, but I just wanted to shuffle them up. We're going to start with that Ace of Spades. So I took this old newspaper that I had and just cut out some of the letters. I wanted the letters ATC because this is a art trading card. So I wanted for the first card, I wanted to put those letters on it. So this is a really old paper, 1972, I believe is what it says. So I like the discolored of it. So finding a C, and we're good to go. So here's my three little pieces of newspaper and my card. I did like this. There's a 1973 snowmobile, and some of the prices in here are like crazy. Like, look at these beds and mattresses and stockings. It's crazy. From JCPenney. That's a blast from the past. So this, I thought I would use this rose and on this ad here, but I didn't end up using it. But I do like that font. So back in the day, my daughter had collected stamps from anyone and everyone. So there's a whole bunch of stamps in here, and when she was much younger, she would cut them all out, and she would cut them up and had them in this box. And so she, of course, is older and married and has her own kids and does not want these stamps anymore. And I'm like, what am I going to do with them? I just really don't feel like I should throw them away. I don't think any of them are too terribly old, except for this one packet that I found that came from my grandma and my great grandmother. So there's a bunch of postmarks and stamps in here, and they've all went through the mail, and they're from 1930 and 1931, which my grandma must have been collecting these, and she just cut the front of the envelope off. It's pretty cool. So the cards are really shiny, and I thought that's not going to help me much. So I went and put a layer of the beadboard on top of it just to give it some tooth. Then I'm going to take the DIY liquid patina, and I'm going to put Royce's red ticking striping paper right on the top of there just to cover that up. And then go back in with my liquid patina and cover that all up. Now, I could have waited until it was dried, but I wanted an irregular look, so I just ripped the paper off of the edges. And I like that ripped edge versus the nice straight edge, even though some of it gets covered up. And this process is all about the layers. So keep going and just keep adding layers. And so there's the card. It kind of is pretty good the way it is. I don't want anything hanging off the edge, and I think that's the goal of the ATC cards, is to make sure that it's the same size as the card and not going beyond it. So I'm just going to use a piece of this newspaper that we had torn up, and put that on the front of the card, and all I do is just liquid patina that newspaper right onto the front of the card. And then I'm going to take this postage stamp that I decided on. I'm deciding on the color red because it's January, and that would be January's birthstone is red. So all of my cards in January, I will do one a week. All of my cards in January will have the color red for that birthstone month. And so I used that stamp right there, and I'm just going in, and some of that yellow from that envelope, I really liked that yellow with that red. So I'm going to glue these two pieces of envelope back onto the card that had come off when I was tearing out the postage stamp. And I'm going to glue those right back onto the card just for a little pop of yellow on the top of the card. Now, here's a little bit of red. I just pulled out a bunch of scraps, and whatever had red on it, I'm like, oh, can I use that? Yep, I think I can use that in my card. So I'm going to put a little bit of this wallpaper, Roycycled paper onto the card. And that has a little bit of red rose on it. And then I'm just adding another piece of the yellow, these stripes right here. I kind of like the stripes on from the post marking. So now we're going to cut, after it dried, we're going to cut that back off again and make it the same size as the plain card. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to paint the back sides of these cards or do anything with the back sides. So if anybody knows this process, this is my very first time. So let me know if I'm supposed to do something with the back side of the card. That would really be helpful. And if any of your paper starts to peel up, just take your liquid patina and put it back down in there and seal it on in, because it's only paper. It's going to be just fine. So now this process is all about the layers and using different mediums. So this was some alcohol ink, and it's in red. I don't normally like to use red and have it drip and run because it reminds me of blood, but that's my color for this month. So we're just going to go with it. So that was alcohol ink, and I just put a couple splotches on there. Didn't know if I liked it. Looks like someone shot the card. So we're going to add a little bit more to make it maybe not look quite so, I don't know. I wasn't liking it at the time. So I'm going ahead and putting that red along some of the edges just to make it look more natural. And I'm going to dry it with the heat gun and get all of that sealed back in. I liked this postage marking from the post office. This is on a letter that my great grandmother had written to my grandma, and it's postmarked from the same town that I live in right now. She didn't live in this town, so it's really kind of cool. So this was 1931. I also have to remember to put my ATC on, and picking up some of those little scraps is kind of hard. So I took a piece of painter's tape and used the painter's tape to pick it up, which helped a ton. That was a really good thing to do. I don't know why I thought of it, but then I'm going to go ahead and put this postage marking right onto the front of the card, and I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. Then again, another medium. So this is a Posca marker, and I just put some white markings onto the card, just adding a little bit more texture and design, and just adding that on there. I'm adding some copper. I wanted a little flair to it, and so I just added a little copper, and especially this postage marking. It was a little bright compared to the rest of the card, so that helped a ton, but now you can't really read it, so I did take a baby wipe and wipe some of that copper patina off of there. That is Pennies from Heaven. That's a DIY product. If you're interested in any of these products, you can find them on my website at thepaintedphotographer.com. So after I was done with that, I went in and I added a little bit of glitter. Yeah, you can't ever have too much glitter. So I added a little bit of glitter to the card, and just a little bit of sparkle. And that's it. My card, I believe, is done. This was a fun process, and I hope you enjoyed it, and you'll be back every week to watch another one. So how was that? Did you like it? It was quick. It was fun. Did I inspire you to find a deck of playing cards and make them over? I got a little recipe box that I'm going to put mine in. So I think it's going to be fun to flip through them, let the grandkids look through them and see. I should probably write on the backside what it is, if it's week 1 or week 2. And the date. That would be a good idea. I don't know what to do with the backside. Tell me, what do I do with the backsides? Are you an ATC guru and you know what to do with the backside? So let me know. Hopefully they get better. I hope you follow along with me. I will record each and every one of them that I do in one way or another. So follow along. Hit the subscribe if you like this. I'll still do my thrift flips. Don't worry, I got another one coming. I have another one coming and it's good. So keep watching, subscribe, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me all that good stuff. And until next time, happy painting.